I think that I would say that free doesn't always mean worth it.
Yes. True.
And everyone wants to help. There hasn't been a therapist or a teacher who has said, hey, I don't want to help your kid. Everyone wants to help, but not everyone can. Not everyone has the skill set to be able to help. And so what I have learned is to interview. And so especially in the position that I am now with our school district, one of the things that they're doing differently is they are contracting with various private speech therapy clinics.
Yes.
And so I can call around and I can say, hey, do you have somebody on staff who is trained in AAC and has worked with children with severe autism? And if they say no, then I go, okay. So then I go to the next one. And then when they say yes, then I say, well, can I speak to that speech therapist for a little bit to see if it would be a good fit? And because it takes, I have to be, we're doing virtual therapy right now. And so I've got to be with him. He's got to have some kind of a shadow if it's going to be virtual or if it's going to be in person. That person's got to know and be able to establish a rapport with my son. So I know him, so I know what's going to work and I know what's not. And I'm not going to spend the district's money and then have to shift and go, yeah, this isn't going to work, in the middle of it. I don't want to do that. And the other thing that I recently told the district is I don't want to train someone. I don't want to train someone on AAC. I don't want to do that. I understand we're going to have to build rapport, but if we're going to use one of your people, or even if we were ever to consider going back to the public school system, it took so long for them to finally acknowledge that that's what he needed. They just didn't have the personnel necessary. And so that's my big thing right now is I don't want to train someone. I don't want to train a speech therapist. I don't want to start.
Your boundaries.
That's, I would say that's the biggest thing. And then 2, as a parent, know your stress level and what you're willing to take on. Expect to advocate if you're going to work with the public school system, even if your child isn't enrolled in a public school, just to get that fund, just to get those funds and get the IEP written up and to get the appropriate speech services or the appropriate curriculum. They're going to have questions and you're going to have to answer them. And you have to have your reasons and just decide, what are you willing to do? How many times are you willing to pick up the phone, send those emails, create your written log to make sure that you've crossed your T's and dotted your I's? You still will have to advocate. And so know what you're willing to tolerate in terms of your own stress level.
That's great advice. Yeah.
Great.